Yes. What's happening, everybody? It is Friday. We've got the UFC 298 pay-per-view card coming up tomorrow. Just finished up on the weigh-ins. Last second shuffling of Tafa brothers to fight Marcos Rogerio de Lima. We had Justin Tafa pull out with a knee injury. He said that he heard it yesterday in his last wrestling session leading up to the fight. And his brother is stepping up and taking this fight on short notice. So we've got De Lima versus Tafa, but not the Tafa that it was supposed to be, Justin Tafa. It's his brother, Junior Tafa, who's going to be stepping up on short notice to take that fight. So we've still got 12 fights at UFC 298. And I've got a greasy 4-leg parlay that incorporates 4 of these fights that's checking in right now at plus 575 on DraftKings Sportsbook. So let's get through this. Let's just start talking about these 4 legs. Now, the first leg that we're going to have here is going to be Danny Left Hand to God Barlow, the money line at minus 218 here. He is Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week. I had a hard time coming up with one this week, but I did go with Barlow, and it's a risky pick. It's definitely a risky pick. I want to be right out front about that. Whenever you're laying minus 218 on a UFC debutant, it is something that you have to be nervous about. But all 3 rounds start on the feet, and this guy's striking is better. He's got a really slick left hand, whether he throws it straight as him going first or whether he's countering with it. This thing finds the mark. It's very accurate. It's very fast, and it's very powerful. The striking is good. The kicks are good. Everything that this guy does at distance is probably going to give Josh Quinlan a lot of problems. He definitely had problems closing distance in the Trey Waters fight. He is off the gas now, as this guy was completely on the gas for his entire pro career leading up to the Jason Witt fight, where he made his debut in the UFC. So he got that win over Witt and then lost to Waters. And now here we are with his 3rd UFC fight, taking on the debutant in Danny Barlow, another tall, long striker that is going to be able to use that length to keep his opponent away from him. So the first leg is going to be your Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week. It is going to be Danny Left Hand to God Barlow, the money line at minus 218. So here on DraftKings Sportsbook, and we can opt in and get up to a 100% profit boost on a UFC 298 parlay. So DraftKings is a great site to build parlays on this week. They'll boost you, whether you just do the 4-legger here or whether you want to add on some other legs and other fights that you feel like you've got a pretty good read on. Either way, there are some really great spots to take on here. So we're going to start with this Danny Left Hand to God Barlow money line at minus 218 as leg number 1. Leg number 2 is a money line bet that I have. It's on the Brenson Ribeiro money line. Now, this is a greasy 4-leg parlay, so we've got to find some even money bets. We got to find some bets that are less than 60% implied here to fatten this thing up, get us into those plus money numbers where we can really celebrate when we cash this thing. Now, this fight does really appear to be kind of a coin flip. I have a bet on Ribeiro's money line at plus 124. Got it at earlier in the week, but the thing is, when you give me Brazil versus China in an MMA fight, I'm going to take Brazil most of the time. And Ribeiro's a couple years older, but both of these guys are young and very experienced for being young. Zhang started fighting, I believe, professionally at the age of 17, I think. And he's got a lot of losses to guys like Askar Mozarov, to John Vake, and a couple other guys on the Chinese regional scene. 6 total losses for Minyang Zhang, but these came a long time ago. He's on a pretty good winning streak here. And now that he's 25 years old, he's starting to round together his game, put everything together, but there's still big holes in the game. And the thing is that the wins for Zhang outside of the George Takos win on Road to UFC are against very low-level regional scene competition. And then the Takos fight, Takos showed up fat, up a weight class, and in Singapore. So he had to fly halfway across the world in order to get to this fight. And he probably just looked completely flat. I think that Ribeiro has fought the much, much, much better brand of competition. His wins are a lot more impressive right now than Zhang. He's longer. He's taller. He's fought the better brand of competition, and he's fought and in addition to that, I think he's the better submission grappler as well. So I'm going to go with the Brenson Hibero money line to fatten this thing up, get us some good plus money here at plus 102 for the second leg of this parlay. Leg number 3 is a bet that the prop template likes that's available on my Patreon. It is the fight starts round 2. Yes, for Hernandez versus Kopylov. And if we go over here to the prop template and we bring up that fight, there it is. Okay. And we look over here. 125 on the right side of your screen, minus 275 on this bet, or minus 280 actually on DraftKings, brings us to about a 74% implied probability. 72% of middleweight fights do go over round 2, start round 2. So that's we're overpaying by a little over 1% when we compare the price of the line to the implied, or to the benchmark for the division. But Anthony Hernandez has seen round 2 in 6 of his 7 UFC fights. And for Kopylov, it's 6 of 6. And Kopylov, I don't think even has any first round finish wins as a professional. Kopylov is a durable dude. Hernandez is a durable dude. And neither one of these guys is a first round finisher unless they're fighting like Jordan Wright or something like that. And that's even a Contender Series fight. So I like this one to start, because we're only paying 73%, 74% implied probability on the line, but 92% of their combined 13 fights have started round 2. And with Hernandez being the kind of guy that breaks you later on in the fights with volume, you don't really have to worry about him starching you with one punch at the beginning of the fight. And it's the same thing for Kopylov. Kopylov is a little bit low volume. He kind of tries to get his reads, and he works his way into the fight. And it's the volume and the precision and the speed that he has that breaks his opponents down over time as well. So this is a good one here in terms of finding a nice juicy bet at minus 275, because that's a juiced up line there. But when we already have that 73% implied probability, meaning that, the bookies are saying this thing cashes 3 out of 4 times, but we can find a 92% fighter combined performance where the stylistic read lines up as well. I think this is a great parlay leg. It's going to be leg number 3 of this parlay. We go up top here to DraftKings. We go to round props, and we go to start round X. We're going to scroll down to Hernandez versus Kopylov. Fight to start round 2, yes, minus 280 here brings us up to plus 299. And leg number 4 is going to be the Henry Cejudo plus 3.5 points handicap at minus 145. This fight is favored to go to decision about 75-80% of the time, according to the books right now. So we are seeing a very high likelihood that this one goes the full 3 rounds. Merab Dvalishvili wins a lot of minutes with his wrestling. I don't know if he's going to be able to take down Henry Cejudo. And I think that there's also a very high likelihood that Henry is able to take Merab down, and that Henry is able to win some minutes on top by grinding out Merab on the ground. This fight is going to decision most of the time. And if it does, Henry only has to win 1 round out of the 3 in order to make this hit. He's the bigger hitter. He's the better wrestler, and he's the better control time grappler, according to my efficiency ratings and according to all the stats that I keep. Look, Henry Cejudo is a gold medal freestyle wrestler in the Olympics. Now, that happened a long time ago. That was like 15, 16 years ago that he won that gold medal. And we know that Dvalishvili has a crazy pace and a crazy amount of output and ridiculous conditioning. But the one thing Henry Cejudo can do, and do at a very elite level, is wrestle. And that's what Dvalishvili does. So I think Henry can not only land the bigger shots on the feet, but I think he can win minutes in the grappling exchanges. And if he does either one of those things tomorrow, he's going to cover this 3.5 points handicap, and we're going to cash this parlay, which is currently checking in at. And if we got to go back here to the fight lines part, and right here, Merab Dvalishvili, Henry Cejudo, we're going to plus 3.5 points handicap at minus 145. That brings this parlay up to plus 575 for the 4-legger. comes out to plus 575 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Let's get this one. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. We've got 44 of you live hanging out in here this week. Thank you to all of you that are hanging out. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And please consider joining the Patreon, where you get access to these fantabulous statistics that you see on my YouTube channel every week, whether it's the advanced stats matchups, whether it's the prop template, or whether it's the brand new significant strikes, takedowns, fantasy score, betting template that I have created here. Let me give you a quick sneak peek at the Gary Neal betting template. And what this does here is it takes your inside the distance line for Jeff Neal. It takes your inside the distance line for Ian Gary, and it lets you know what the price is, what the decimal odds are, what the implied probability of the line is, and then it will give you the divisional benchmark for how many fights finish inside the distance. It will adjust that benchmark for the win percentage of each fighter, and then it will compare that benchmark to the implied probability of the line to determine value, whether it's an overpriced or an underpriced line. And it also gives you each fighter's statistics based on that metric. So, for instance, here in row 17, we can see, hang on just a second. We'll go 125. Yeah, we can see that Jeff Neal, 5 of his 7 wins come inside the distance. And for Ian Gary, he's never lost. So we don't have any information there, but we can add those up and determine that Jeff Neal's win condition inside the distance is 71.43% of the time. And then we can adjust that for the implied probability that he wins the fight, which is right now 33.33%. That gives us 0.2381 or 23.81%. We can compare that against the price of the line, determine whether we're overpaying or underpaying for these lines. So we're going to have the prop template on this new product here with all of the necessary information that you see on the same prop template right here. Only it's just going to have a new, sleeker look for you guys. We're going to have the betting template. We're going to have significant strike props. We're going to have takedown props. We're going to have fantasy score props and a whole buttload of DFS information as well. So please consider joining the Patreon so that we can make some money together, so that we can share the analytics that I've spent such a great amount of time accumulating and curating, and turn these analytical tools into making us make better long-term decisions as gamblers. So join me, won't you, on the journey to beating these bookies with a bag of oranges until we juice them, ladies and gentlemen. What's up to this chat? We got Jeff Bruno, first one in the room, saying he's tired. He needs to be oiled up. He's wired. He needs to be greased up. Either way, that's what your Uncle Weezy does, and we're here. We got Sneerius saying, let's stack them, Uncle. Let's go. We got Teron Brown in the room saying, what's up, Uncle? Good to see you in here, Teron. We got Afterthought saying, Weezy, Weezy, Weezy. What is happening, my man? We got Wayne Spurlock saying, I'm confused on underdog picks for DraftKings. Underdog picks for DraftKings? I don't know what that means. Underdog fantasy or underdog betting lines? Greenbat saying, get the grease out. Let's go. We got Yes Freak checking in from Scottsdale, Arizona saying, Weezy, take me to church. You got it, my man. We got Frank Vituli saying, grease is where the flavor is, Weezy. You all know that. Let's go. Let's go, man. We got Yes Freak saying, Scottsdale, Arizona is watching you. We got Wayne Spurlock saying, can you rank all the top 5 underdogs from 1 to 5 in order of confidences and chances to win versus the matchup? What 5 underdogs? The 5 underdogs that I picked to win this week? What underdogs did I pick this week? Let's get my picks up here on Tapology. So I got Volkanovski, he's a favorite. Whitaker's a favorite. Machado Gary's a favorite. I got Cejudo as an underdog winning. Hernandez is a favorite. Dern is an underdog. Barlow's a favorite. Nakamura is a favorite. Hibero's an underdog. And then 2 favorites. So I've got my favorite underdogs this week are Hibero, Cejudo, and Dern. And then on the money line, I think there's some value on the Andrea Lee money line. I think she can keep that fight close. I think there's some value on the Paulo Costa money line. If he comes to fight, he could potentially have some fun there and put on a really good fight and maybe land a big shot. But that's what I'm going with there. Yeah, my guy Brady DFS by the numbers saying, dang, that Barlow line was crushed overnight, which is crazy because I put him out as the ass shaving of the week on Tuesday. You would think that Tuesday night it would get like the MMA world would just be a buzz with Uncle Weezy's got Barlow to shave ass. Let's move this thing from minus 170 to minus 300. Didn't happen. I guess everybody just watched the video last night, Brady. But yeah, it did. Minus 218 now. It is definitely a really, really chalky line for a UFC debutante, but it's a greasy 4-leg parlay, man. We got to grease this shit up. So let's hope this one cashes. Wayne Spurlock, basically everyone below the 8,000 range. Yeah, dude, I don't have time to do that right now. I appreciate you the man. I don't have my DraftKings DFS up, but yeah, my favorite three are Dern, Hibero, and Cejudo. That's where I feel like you can get some value this week. Cuban Assassin, Tafa's brother is stepping in to fight Rogerio. He just weighed in. So Junior Tafa stepping in for Justin Tafa. We got Weezy, let's make it greasy, says JP Taylor. We got Ian Machado Gary, who made weight this week, saying, you want a plus money number? It's Gary by submission, says Ian Machado Gary. So that'll be interesting to see if he can pull off a submission against Jeff Neal. Jeff Neal, one loss by knockout in his career, one loss by submission in his career. So both of his finished losses come by each way. We got Pickle Kush saying, if it's got Greasy and 4 legs, count me in. Let's get it. We got Cole saying, oi, Unc. What's up, Cole? Good to see you hanging out in here, man. Anyone taking the numbers of Cejudo being injured seriously? I don't know if people are referring to the shoulder surgery or something new. Yes, I don't know, man, but sometimes those things turn out to be true. But he's here. He's on weight. And I think that Henry Cejudo is kind of like at a point in his career where he doesn't need to fight if he's injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like Henry is all in on being champion one more time. I mean, obviously he wants to be, but it's not like his career depends on him absolutely having to win this fight and move on and then get that title shot again. So I kind of feel like he's going to show up and beat Henry Cejudo that we're used to seeing, but you never know, man. Sneery is saying, love to see the Hibero pick. Got the money line at plus 125 earlier in the week. I got it at 124, Sneerius. I'm right there with you, man. I think that he's fought the much better level of competition. We got Victor in the room saying, oh, yes, best of luck this weekend, everybody. Let's get it, Vic. Let's stack them high. Abdi saying, don't forget, FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars all have UFC profit boost for $298. Excellent. Let's get it. Let's boost those profits on the parlays. Hit that like, boys, says Victor. Thank you, my man. Sneery is saying, solid 4-legger. Let's cash it, dude. TH saying, good luck this week, Weezy. Thanks for all your hard work. Appreciate you, TH. Just posted those write-ups to the Patreon, my man. We got, thanks for all the hard work, Weezy, says my guy Genova7. Good to see you hanging out, Genova. Let's get it this week. Michael Martinez saying, oi, oi, oi. Let's hit this greaser. Let's go. We got Ian saying, weight cut went swell. I'm loving this pineapple pizza. Is pineapple pizza a no-no, Uncle Weezy? Yeah, it kind of is here in Chicago, man. But people like it outside of Chicago for sure. It's something that Chicago is a very serious pizza city. So we got the deep dish pizza here, but we've also got very good thin crust tavern style pizza here in Chicago. So, you can get all different types of pizza here. Pineapple isn't something that I do, my man, but different strokes for different folks. Let's W pineapple, Ian. Yeah, dude, like some people love it. Also, must be done with the blue cheese. Ranch tastes like ass. Thought chat. Yeah, dude, blue cheese is way better than ranch. Ranch is awful. I hate ranch dressing. I think it's disgusting. It has no point or no part in my diet. I won't touch that shit. I can't stand it. I stand with Ian Gary on his hate for ranch dressing. RB saying, I bet these weekly because I like Weezy and hate money. Hey, man, They're greasy 4-leg parlays. They're not going to come out every week, and that's what people need to understand. But we're going to get hot. We're going to get hot, RB. So let's get it. We got Ian saying that's Snerius. Let's go. We got Jordan saying at work, hope you're having a good day, Weezy. I am going down to Indianapolis this weekend to hang out with my brother. There is a beer fest in Indianapolis tomorrow. It's my brother's birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to my brother, Paul. And I am going down to Indianapolis to drink and get all kinds of wasted with him and his friends and celebrate his birthday. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah, I don't know. We Want Picks keeps talking shit. I don't know what's their problem. Everyone can eat. Yeah, that's what they're really good at talking shit. Sid 6IDS saying, anyone know why Dern is plus 110 after her last performance? I mean, like, it was one bad performance, but before that, she was a big underdog, or not a big underdog, but like very close to even money against Hill and looked like a minus 500 favorite. Ayo, says John Barker. What's up, John? We got JP Taylor saying Dern was very last to weigh in too. Maybe a rough cut. Could have been, man. We got Yes Freak saying, oi, Sigma Chi. Let's get it. Yes, Freak. Abdi in the room saying, instead of Brendan 105 money line, how about this? How about his finish only decision void at plus 100? You think he's also live for the decision? Yeah, I think he could be live for the decision, but I don't think this fight goes to decision. Just because only one of Zhang's fights went to decision, and one of Brenson or Ribero's fights went to decision, but he actually tapped that dude out in the first, and the ref just didn't count it because he was in Russia. So I don't know, man. It's I would just leave the Brenson money line, man. We got Ian saying, I saw Dern backstage. The only thing she's winning is a hot MILF competition. Giving me second thoughts. Changing my last name from Machado to Dern. She's a beautiful woman. Who's the better Tafa brother in your opinion? Right now, I think it's Justin, man. I think it's Justin. We got Terrence Schaefer saying ranch is better than blue cheese, but I hope you kick some ass, Gary. At Wayne, don't bother betting that fight. Lima is minus 250. We got Bob in the room saying Weezy. We got Rob saying Rivers on Saturday. No, man. I am going to be in Indianapolis on Saturday hanging out with Paul and the boys down in Indianapolis. So I can't do it, but maybe next week, man, for the UFC Mexico card will be a good one. We got Antonio saying, oi, what's up, Bronk? Have a safe weekend, and I hope you cash all your bets. Good to see you, Antonio. I hope you cash all your bets, too. Let's make it. Let's make some money this week. Ian saying, at Shafter, thanks, love, to each his own. We got Terrence Schaefer saying, how long have you spoken Portuguese, champ? We got J-Bone saying, she getting mauled tomorrow. It might. She might. We'll see. Let's see. Lee Maverick over 1.5. I like that. Fluffy Kopilov doesn't go to decision. I like that. Marab Hendry over 1.5, minus 110. I like that play. I definitely like that play. Very good bet there. Nice work, Jeff. Ian saying, we want picks like a good swallow after salad tossing each other, I heard. I did not hear that. Like I say, this is not my intelligence, everybody. But, we got the sharpest chat in the game here. We got the venerable Ian Gary in our chat, UFC fighter, so we've got some credibility here, but that is not according to my intelligence on the gentleman. We got Dern took the fight on short notice, stepping in for Suarez. Yeah, 3 weeks notice. Let's get greasy, says Olajuwon Dream. Oi! We got Fubu saying Justin Tafa out, Junior Tafa in. Yes, sir. We got JP Taylor saying Andrea Lee on Bet Rivers is plus 148 for both decision no bet and finish no bet, respectively. I found it odd. Don't know what to make of it. Yeah, she's the underdog, so, I guess that makes kind of sense. But, yeah, sometimes they just, get out of the way, line those odds, and they kind of let the market decide which way it goes. And maybe that's what they did now. Maraba's Mexican now. Line should be wider, in my opinion. I did not know that. I think it's you that changes nationalities, Ian, not Marab, but Marab is Georgian. I mean, and those Georgians are proud people. I don't think he's changing to Mexico. Interesting that Jeff Neal inside the distance, no action, is plus 100. I think Neal has more finishing upside. He definitely hits hard, you guys. Definitely hits hard. So it's going to be interesting because Gary's the better minute winner, but Neal has displayed more power at the UFC level, even against tougher opponents. So it's going to be a great fight. Like and share, everybody. It helps Weezy get to 1 million. Yeah, dude, we're almost at 1 million. We're at 2,500-ish subscribers. So yeah, let's like and share this. Get it up to 1 million, man. He claimed Mexico during the presser. He had the flag too. I did not know that. That's wild. And MMA Betting Mastermind saying, when do you think you'll be moving out of the studio? Cheers. What studio? This studio? My studio? I don't know. No plans to be moving out of the studio anytime soon. Thanks. I love it. You guys, 64 of you here live. We got Ian McG. I love you too, Ian Gary. Good luck. Good luck tomorrow, man. Good luck on staying undefeated against Jeff Hands and Steel Neal. We got Fubu saying I played Rinya versus Vera under 2.5 at -160, plus Lemos money line at -130 for -105. Good luck to everybody on their bets. Enjoy the fights. Let's stack cash tickets like flapjacks for UFC 298. God bless each and every one of you. And I will check in with you guys on Sunday on Pub Sports Radio for Stat Diggers for UFC Mexico City. Good luck, everybody. Let's have fun watching these fights. Take care. And D. Spearman saying, Weezy, look, worked, literally just finished one of your past streams talking about how you pronounce Henry and Gary having identity crisis. Yeah, man. Fun card. Fun shows this week, D. You guys have a great weekend, and we will talk to you guys soon. Good night.